Доброго времени суток, дорогие зрители моего канала. Меня зовут Веритас. Мы продолжаем проходить Enderal. А я продолжаю искать, как отсюда можно свалить. Что-то пока не находится ничего. Хотя я и уверен, что цель где-то недалеко от меня. Что мне просто нужно посмотреть в правильном, месте.
That looks good. Let's hope it also leads us down to the tower.
Как это открыть? Мне не туда. Мне сюда. Интересно. Я постараюсь быть осторожнее, а то что-то мне ссыково на такой большой территории просто так передвигаться. Прям ощущение, что сейчас что-то придет и даст мне по щам. Вот, например, эта сфера. И те пауки тоже. Я бы не сказал, что я их прям боюсь, мне просто хотелось... ладно, не важно. Капец, его уже положили. Джаспар какой-то вообще нулевый. О, не. Подожди. Твою мать! Скрытно долбануть не смог. Какая жалость. Он меня палит, да? Твою мать. Оп, забираем. Приколы. Ну ладно, могло быть и хуже. Куда мне идти? Мне, видимо, куда-то вон туда наверх надо. То есть вот таким... вижу лестницу, все, норм. Ничего страшного. Просто проходим. Миленько тут. Куда дальше?
Shit. That doesn't look good. Well, I suppose this flying steelbird got them. Very heroic, but that would be suicide. At least as long as that alarm is still active. In other words, we need to find a way to switch it off. Question of the century. but my first guess would be somewhere within the tower itself. The Shuriai. Kamai said it meant something like workshop. That sounds like the best place to go right now. Come on, let's go back inside.
У меня есть все-таки подозрение, что с драконом таки придется закуситься. Блин, нижняя часть находится вверху. Это, конечно, сильно. Так, вижу Центуриона. Сейчас мы аккуратно к нему подкрадемся. А почему? А, показалось, что по нему дамаг не прошел. Пацаны, танкуйте. И все будет зашибись. Ой. А тут у нас что? Мне бы амброзии найти на самом деле, потому что у меня буквально критический нашел. Спасибо. Пока вроде без проблем особо идем. Ох ты, ни хрена их там. Но пока терпимо, терпимо. Жить можно. Оба. 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 Что же ждет нас наверху? Тут еще одна большая комната. Я боюсь больших комнат. Красиво. Как там туда вижу. Нет, погоди, а как там туда перебраться? Ну давайте посмотрим. Видимо, нам нужно обойти вот тут вот таким вот образом. Тут как-то что-то открыть и пройти, верно? Нет, это просто стена, по идее, да? Ага. Ага. С этой стороны... О, с этой стороны можно пройти, кайф. А, на нас уже вот вышли. А, ну они нас не видят, похрен тогда. Твою мать, сейчас будет Центурион, да? А, ну да, он тут и есть. Он меня ваншотает. Ну тогда бежим. Да убейтесь, ребятки, сами. Я сваливаю.
Good. Now let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work?
Я так не думаю. Угу.
Damn it, but... Run!
Ох ты ж! Блин, идеально засейвился, конечно, идеально. Так, я сейчас, короче, попробую вкинуться. Я не хочу загружаться с того момента. Ладно, видимо, придется. Идем, не палимся.
Good. Now, let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work? Damn it, but damn it. Run!
И как эта хрень стреляет?
Good. Now let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work? Damn it, but... Run!
Over here, now!
Калия прям сейвит. Если не как-то поговорить сейчас надо.
That was close.
Yes, it was. I would be if I had been on board the ship when that flying thing attacked us. Luckily, I wasn't. Legion didn't make it. It all just happened too fast.
Shit. That makes us the only survivors.
The only ones. So the Starling and the Magister didn't make it either? Oh, Kirash. How many more must die? Magister Jaela, she didn't deserve that. I'm ashamed to ask, but what about the Numenos? Did you find anything out about it? A map. This is what I call a coincidence. I think I know where we can find one. And up there could also be our passage back.
Up where?
Follow me, I'll show you.
How did you make it here anyway? And what is this, some kind of tunnel system?
I think so, yes. They must have been shortcuts for the ones tasked with keeping this place running to quickly get from one point to the other. Just what we need right now. And concerning your first question, I suppose I simply got lucky. There was another entrance to the tower we overlooked.
I see. Well, that's at least one lucky break with these tunnels.
Ну тут пока вроде никто особо не атакует. Ладно. Я надеюсь, я не накаркаю. Но не может быть такого, что нам не придется сражаться с этим драконом. Не может быть такого.
Wait, I don't like this.
Мне тоже. А, ну естественно.
Damn it, that just had to happen, didn't it? To the other building, quickly.
Капец, он быстрый. По-моему, он быстрее, чем скайримовские драконы.
That won't hold up for long. Care to fill us in on your plan now, girl?
First we need to find our map. And then, well, then we each take a seat in one of these capsules and let ourselves drop.
We let ourselves drop.
They are escape pods. Kormai had similar ones in the airship, and I just hope they work as intended. Unless you have a better plan, of course.
I'm afraid not.
Good. Then get going. Let's find that map.
Вот старая карта.
Is that
О,
it?
это та?
Great. Now to the pods, quickly.
Отлично, бежим отсюда. А как? А, вижу. Нет, мы не будем сражаться с драконом, ладно. Я этому очень рад, если честно. Ну чё, снова к папочке? Уже слышу по музыке, да. А нет. Или все-таки? Ой, я знаю, где я, блин.
By the wise hermit, you're well. Either these ancient starfolk had butts made of shadow steel, or they should seriously rework the landing parts of these things. Come on, let's go look for the girl. She can't be far from here. Look, over there. Oh my.
Коллега, как обычно, с квестов возвращается только в таком состоянии.
She lives. Looks like a minor laceration to me and maybe a broken rib. I guess the force of the impact threw her against this rock. Still, we should get her to a healer. Do you have the map? I think teleport magic should work again down here. Good. Then at least all this wasn't for nothing. Let's go.
So the High Ones
Даже
devour
так.
our consciousnesses. Now that's what I call ironic. Maybe Koarik and his free people do become part of these higher beings they so adore after all. We should tell them. Maybe they'll be so delighted that they will abandon the siege and sail right back to Naren.
Spare us your jests. Archmagister, how long will you need to decipher the map? Archmagister,
I don't know. A couple of days, at least. I should start right away. Excuse me.
What's the matter with him?
Jaela was his mentor during his novitiate. But he will get over it. He has to. You did well, Prophet. Despite the complications, the mission was a complete success.
A complete success? What in blazes has happened to you, Tila?
Nothing. And now is not the time for quarreling.
Yela is dead, Tila. Just like Jorek. Jorek for the name of the gods. And none of this would have happened if we had just given Quarik this idiotic machine. Please, Tila, if my opinion means anything to you, let go of this madness.
I don't care about your opinion. Yorick was a traitor, and Jaela gave her life for something greater than herself. But the letter in particular seems to be something you cannot relate to. Now, silence. I've had enough of your attempts to hinder our mission. Back to the topic at hand. Sharon, what do you make of Jaela's plan to use the word of the dead to enter a High One's mind? I always thought it only enabled its user to relive the last memories of the deceased.
Well, if the High Ones are made of a collective subconsciousness, they are different in that regard. They consist only of memories, and a lot of them. That is, of course, if the Magistrate's theory about them is true.
I'm no sage, but having seen the Starling's murals, I'd say it is. Mankind ascends to become a High One. This is what the cleansing really is.
Then it might work. Used on a High One, the word of the dead could allow us to enter its spirit.
We will take the risk. The walls still hold against Korik's armies, but we need to hurry. As soon as the Arcanists have figured out the map, we will set out to find this city of 1,000 floods. If you have any unfinished business to attend to, you should do it now. Many things will be decided by what's to come. I feel it. And the apothecary said that Sister Sakarish will live. She's in the Curarium, in case you want to pay a visit.
Blazes, it's dark already? Time really does fly by.
Так, Юслан.
Is it important? Of course. Yes, this is what I came up with. It might feel a bit strange at first, but in time you should feel an increase in your focus. As I said, it was the right call. I'm glad you listened.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Ну, подождать все равно надо будет. Пока можно будет побегать, поговорить.
Huh?
Я только не помню, лазарет тут или не тут?
Walk blessed.
Yeah, as if.
Видимо, в обителях она меня ждет. Или нет? А, все, понял, он телепортировался. Понятно.
Prophet. The same I thought before. They are our enemies, and they want to destroy us. I do not care about their motives, even though I have to admit that knowing their true nature is a disquieting thought. An entity created from the collective consciousness of a civilization. Something like that should not be allowed to exist. You know, I know Natara better than you might believe, and I know the reason for her untouchable demeanor. Fear. She's afraid of losing something important to her, something that she helped to create, and that is the Order. You probably do not know this, but unlike most keepers, Natara was not born of the Sublime Path. Even more than us, she had to fight for her place here. And through immense willpower and discipline, she made it. Not only to become an ordinary keeper, but into the highest league. Correct. It is all she has ever lived for, and she's afraid that change will destroy it. Your admission into our ranks, our truce with Narazul's mages. She believes that my imprisonment made me into a fool whose only intent is to get his will. She does not realize that all that has happened burdens me as much as it burdens her. And that I would give a lot for her support, rather than this ridiculous bickering. That's none of your concern, but I presume you have your assumptions. Everybody needs someone to back them up from time to time. You know, as humans, we are not so different from animals as some try to make us believe. We are like wolves, and every pack needs a leader. Someone in front who is not afraid to make the hard calls. And this is who I am. I did not ask for it, but I will not fail. If my resolve weakens, the others will lose their courage, and I cannot let that happen. But that does not mean that I regret any of the decisions I have made. None of them.
Почти level up.
Well met. I can't believe Sigil Bearer Bartar betrayed us, not him.
Так, здесь у нас лазарет. Ну, видимо, где-то все-таки здесь.
Huh?
Walk blessed.
Хожу по кругу тупо. А, вот лазарет, да.
Saira, what are you doing here? Better. Thanks for asking. I suppose it looked worse than it actually ended up being. I see. I don't think this is the end, though. I will be back on my feet again in a couple of hours and will help defend the temple. Nothing is worse than lying around like this. Just find the Numinos for us, Saira. That is all that matters.
Это мы уже, получается, к финалу двигаемся, да? Финалочка выходит.
Yes.
У меня есть подозрение, что я сначала буду выпускать просто тупо 2 видоса вместо, ну, в этот день. Ну, типа вместо Enderal 1 видос по Baldur's Gate. А потом, когда выйдет Starfield, я в этот слот поставлю себе Starfield. 3 видоса в день, это, конечно, мне кажется, я зря задумал, но ладно. Раз уж так вышло, что я не делаю видосы каждый день, прям совсем каждый день, то, ну, хотя бы, наверное, по 3 буду делать.
And so the circle closes, as it does for these 3 virtuous souls we are mourning today. But fear not, for they gave their life for a just cause, for the greater good, and will thus be walking on the endless paths forever, together with our Lord Malthus. Magistra Jailer, keeper of the 3rd sigil and master of the archives. Stalwyn Willowsong, keeper of the 1st sigil. And Legium Lightman, novice. May the Lord receive your souls today and grant you that you may walk the paths for eternity.
Oh, just shut up, won't you? As if you believe any of this yourself.
Keeper, you...
Malthus is dead. Our Lord is dead. And if even he could not last through the ages, how is he supposed to lead us along the eternal paths? A dead god?
Take her away.
Yes, just go on. Close your eyes and pretend that none of this is happening. It's what you've always been good at. The cleansing is our punishment, don't you see? The punishment because we failed the Lightborn. That we let someone kill them. And the High Ones will take us all. Do you hear me? They will take us all.
Keep going.
But...
Keep going.
Magistra
Не иди,
Jailer,
продолжай,
keeper of the
блин.
3rd sigil and master of the archives. Stalwyn Willowsong, keeper of the 1st sigil. And Legium Lightman, novice. May the Lord receive your souls today and grant you that you may walk the paths for eternity. Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you? What it is? Now that's quite the question you're asking there. But fine, why not? The path is 2 things. For one, it
Да,
is the
конечно,
name
вовремя,
of
да.
holy writing that encompasses both the revelation of the Lightborn after the fall of the Eterna King Azataron and the journey of the first vassals to Enderal, who founded this country under Malthus's guidance. It also tells us the virtue of the path, the ideals by which every Endralean should live, which is the only way to salvation. Secondly, it is the holy calling of each Endralean citizen.
Ну что ж, на этом, я думаю, мы будем заканчивать.
Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Если вы здесь впервые, вы можете подписаться на канал, поставить лайк, нажать на колокольчик. Меня зовут Веритас, всем до новых встреч. Всем пока-пока-пока-пока.